Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, The Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on The Jason Walker Show.
It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
NAI Hall of Famers Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on The Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it. Howie Mandel, our guest here. Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations. The In-Town 5-Star Extended Stay Residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Happy Friday. It is the Jason Walker Show here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, brought to you by Helena Accommodations. The In-Town 5-Star Extended Stay Residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Big show coming up today. We're going to chat with Will Rasmussen, the famed PRCA rodeo announcer, and get his thoughts on this weekend's PRCA Circuit Finals for the state of Montana that is going on up at the Four Seasons Arena in the Electric City. And we're also going to check in, we hope, with Jesse Davis. He was out on the ranch yesterday, left his phone, didn't get a chance to answer, so he will be back today, hopefully, anyway. And looking forward to getting him to chat, because he's supposedly going to retire. This supposedly is his last week, or last rodeo, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think Jesse Davis is going to retire. But we'll get his thoughts on that coming up here in a little bit here on the Jason Walker Show. Great day today. Had a good time out and about. Some new sponsors jumping on board, which is fantastic. The more the merrier. And if you want to be a sponsor, you can, of course, email me at jasonwalkersports@gmail.com. You can also go to our brand new website, jasonwalkershow.com. It is live. It is running. It is up and about. And we want you to go check it out, jasonwalkershow.com. And let us know you can subscribe there. You can also get links to where you can watch, which is facebook.com/The Jason Walker Show. Also on YouTube, you can listen on Podbean. You can live, like right now. You can listen live on treasurestateradio.com. And if you do not have the app yet, you need to go there and download it at Google or the Apple store. You can also, where else can you listen to us? Anyway, just go to jasonwalkershow.com. That'll tell you everywhere you can listen, live and the replays, which is literally fun. And we mentioned we're going to talk to Will Rasmussen and Jesse Davis about the circuit finals. Big on this day in history. The walk-off coming up as well. And we're going to recap what happened last night in the high school and college ranks across the state of Montana, and also look ahead to tomorrow for big games in the state. Also, a big poll that is out there. In about 55 minutes, you can go to gogriz.com right at the top of the hour. So listen to this show, and then you go to gogriz.com, and you'll find out if Dante Olson wins the Buck Buchanan Award. Now, I think he should. Yes, I am a Bobcat. Grew up, born and raised, Bozeman. Fantastic. But when I see talent, I recognize it. And Dante Olson is the best defensive player in the nation, to me. He had a lot more tackles this year. I think 179 tackles this year, which led the FCS for a second consecutive season. And it's the most tackles at all level of college football. And also broke his school record at Montana. It's a Big Sky record, by the way, too, of 179. But he also set the school record at the Montana last year with 151. So that's a lot of tackles in the last 2 years. And he's also the leading tackler of all time at Montana with 397. and had 18 tackles a couple of times in a game this year. He should win the Buck Buchanan, but that is today's trivia question. Not even a trivia question. It's the Twitter poll. You can vote on Facebook or the Twitter, but will Dante Olson win the Buck Buchanan, or is he going to get screwed because the voters are idiots? You can vote at Jason Walker Show, at Jay Walker Sports. You can also tweet or Facebook your answer. Get that in there as well. The Jason Walker Show. So we are live and here in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Love it, love it, love it. And we want you to be involved. So anytime you want to be involved, just email. Email, jasonwalkersports@gmail.com, but go to Jason Walker Show and .com, jasonwalkershow.com. That is the new website. All right, so let's get going with what we're going to chat about today. And we got a couple of things I want to talk about, and that is Montana Tech, of course, came out Monday that Chuck Morrell was leaving for Fresno State. His Twitter's already been updated. Kyle Sampson named interim coach. I reached out to Kyle Sampson, and he messaged back and said, while he's the interim, he doesn't want to really talk about what's going on. If he gets the job full time, then of course we'll chat. And I respect Kyle. I respect Kyle Sampson. I respect his thoughts on that and not wanting to stir the pot, so to speak. And, whatever chance he has, and I think he could easily be the next coach at Montana Tech. But we don't want to stir anything. We don't want to ruin any chances. So Kyle, we'll reach out when you get the job. Anyway, so that's, obviously he's the interim. He should have a chance he's got a great chance, I believe, after spending a year as the offensive coordinator and multiple great numbers. And, he's got a great talent coming back. And I look forward to where Tech's season will go next year with Blake Counts in that running back. Who's going to be quarterback? It's going to be fun. Other names, I have a source that got to me today and gave me a couple other names that want the Tech job, supposedly. B.J. Robertson from Montana State. He's an assistant. He coached in the Frontier down at Western, in between Ryan North's stints. Great coach. And he's done a great job at Montana State. Here's another name that was thrown out, according to my source today. Ty Gregorek. What do you think of that? The dude that has spent the majority of his coaching career in the Big Sky with the Grizz and the Cats as an assistant. And according to many, got screwed over for the head job in Missoula when Bob Stitt got hired. But Ty Gregorek at Tech, what do you think of that? Let me know your thoughts on that. You can Facebook or tweet the show. Just some names we're throwing out. I don't know anything. I haven't really talked to anybody aside from my source today, and that was a couple of names that were thrown out. And it's very, very interesting, and I like it. I do. So there you go. What else were we going to talk about? I wanted to bring this up because we talked about the two Great Falls coaches, and Gary Lowry at CMR and Greg Horton at Great Falls Central football, both resigning this week. Well, two of the three Missoula Class AA high schools are looking for head volleyball coaches. Sentinel's Aaron Keffler and Hellgate's Maddie Hancock resigned this week. And Keffler, who won 2 state titles in 7 years at Sentinel, and Hancock just finished the 3rd season at head coach at Hellgate. And so now we've got coaches all over the state in all sorts of sports resigning. Some are retiring, as Linda Paul is at Helena High. But man, there's just coaches all over the state. And this is just AA. There's going to be other changes as well, I'm sure, throughout the course of the season. And, of course, the off season as well. But anyway, interesting. I think, with those coaches calling it in Missoula, at least. So, all right, where we stand, it is a little bit after 4, and don't forget to vote on today's poll on the Twitter, at Jason Walker Show. or at Jay Walker Sports. Should Dante Olson win the Buck Buchanan Award? Yes or no? I think he should. I absolutely think he should. He's led the FCS in tackles the last 2 years. Had 179 this year. That's a lot. Anyway, you can vote there. You can vote on the Facebook as well. And let us know what you think. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, hopefully... Oh, before we leave, though, hold on. Before our break, I got something in the mail, which is awesome. So there's a picture, Cooper Tires, Flint Rasmussen, to my friend Jason, Laugh Always, signed by Flint. Well, remember when we talked to Flint a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him for something to hang up in the man cave, and he said he would send a game-worn Cooper Tires PBR outfit that he wears, and we've got it. We got it today in the mail, and holding it up, there's the PBR logo, and I can tell you, I don't think Flint washed this before he sent it, but here's the top, and to my pal Jason, Flint Rasmussen, Cooper Tires, and again, I don't think it's washed. It is game worn, and there's no way he washed it, which is great. I love it. Thank you, Flint. Looking forward to chatting with him. They're in Chicago this weekend with the PBR, and we'll chat with him. I think we're going to get PBR updates throughout the course of the season from Flint every few weeks, which is going to be great. Of course, the PBR is going to be in Billings in April, the longest running tour stop for the PBR. Anyway, so thank you, Flint. We'll get that hung up in the man cave soon, and can't wait. I've got to find a good spot for it now. But yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, all right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk PRCA Rodeo with 7-time NFR qualifier Jesse Davis. Is he retiring at the end of the weekend? We'll find out next. This is the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show. The holidays have come and gone, and now is a good time to treat yourself to what you really wanted. A full detail for your vehicle from Auto Concepts. Right now, Auto Concepts is offering a full detail for just $195. Or maybe you want to tint those windows. Auto Concepts does that too. Get that tonneau cover or bed rug you've always wanted and add in remote start, alarms, running boards, lift kits, toppers, winches, bug guards, grill guards, and much more. Check out Auto Concepts on Facebook or visit the website autoconceptshelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Yes, Friday. It is finally Friday, the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations. The in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. And I'm telling you, you need to get there, because if you got family or friends coming to town or business associates, you can get either a 4-day stay or a 4-month stay at 5-star extended stay residents. I mean, seriously, their string of 5-star reviews is unbelievable. 6 remodeled downtown historic buildings in Helena. And I'm telling you what, this is amazing because they have 22 extended stay suites. Washers, dryers in most of them. 4G and the latest in technology with the 4K television, Wi-Fi. It's unbelievable. HelenaAccommodations.com. They will take care of you, and it's close to downtown. It's close to Carroll College, and if you're traveling literally from anywhere out of state, this is where you need to call and get a hold of HelenaAccommodations.com. All right. Still trying to effort Jesse Davis. I just think Jesse knows I'm going to ask him, are you going to retire or not? And he's not answering his phone. Now, he's got a lot of stuff going on this weekend with the what am I talking about? The finals, circuit finals up in the Electric City. So we're still trying to effort Jesse Davis, and hopefully he gets back to us at some point before the end of the show. It's almost as if Jesse just doesn't want to chat. But I don't know. We'll see. By the way, we talked about Dan Patrick yesterday. He's going into the National Sports Media Association Hall of Fame. I got a good buddy that lives in Hawaii, Ryan in Honolulu. He's got himself a Dan Patrick Show fan podcast. You need to go to YouTube and give it a follow. And he talks to some awesome dudes. And so, congrats, Ryan, on your show as well. But anyway, give him some support if you can. And there you go. I want to say hi to some watchers on the Facebook.com/Jason Walker Show. Dan, hi. Dwayne, hi. Scott Evans, how are you, Coach? Thanks for tuning in today. And yeah, looking forward to moving on this day, next weekend, next week. I mean, great shows coming up, and unbelievable sponsors. By the way, we got 3 new great sponsors today. They're going to start next week, and a national one as well. So great local sponsors. Can't do it without you. Appreciate it. And if you want to jump on board, just email me, jasonwalkersports@gmail.com. But make sure you go to jasonwalkershow.com for all the latest. You can sign up at the bottom of the page if you would like to become a subscriber and get email updates. We're not going to share any information with people or marketing dorks or any of that stuff. Just if you want updates on what's going to happen, throughout the course of the show, then that's all you have to do. You just sign up, email, and we'll send you random emails. And who knows? Maybe you get prizes, like right now. Today before 5, the next few people that sign up, next couple, I'll give it 2, we're going to give you Cafe Zydeco gift cards to go eat at a great restaurant at Cafe Zydeco that is good in Helena and Butte. You can get po' boys. You can get crawfish etouffee. You can get a crawfish omelet for breakfast. Come on, you kidding me? That's great. So if you go to jasonwalkershow.com, scroll down to the very bottom, sign up for email updates. I'll send you to Cafe Zydeco to eat. The first two, actually, that get involved on that. We're going to talk to Will Rasmussen, the announcer. I know for sure he's going to chat with us coming up. Still trying to get a hold of Jesse Davis for the second day in a row here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. And I'm telling you, if you just joined us, we got our Flint Rasmussen game-worn Cooper Tires PBR official uniform that he signed it. My pal Jason, and it's got his autograph right there. Somewhere right there. I can't hold it and do it at the same time. But anyway, thanks, Flint. And I'm telling you, this is game worn, and he didn't wash it before he sent it to us. So I hate to say this, but it smells like Flint. Anyway, should I try to do something here? Oh no, there. We got our own natural audience ambiance. Anyway. All right, so working on Jesse Davis still. So while we're working on getting him, if you're just joining us, don't forget to vote in today's poll. You can go to J Walker Sports on the Twitter, or you can go to Jason Walker Show on the Twitter or the Facebook. Vote. Will Dante Olson win the Buck Buchanan Award this year? 179 tackles. School record. Big Sky Conference record. Broke his own school record from a year ago when he had 151. He's led the nation in tackles for 2 straight years. He's won literally every award. He's like 9-time first-team All-America this year alone. Dante Olson from Medford, Oregon, should absolutely win the Buck Buchanan, according to me. You can vote online and let me know what you think. And don't forget to go to jasonwalkershow.com and sign up for our mailing list, and I will send you to Cafe Zydeco. So we'll just get to the high school schedule for last night. There were some great games, and the Hellgate boys and girls are really good. They're both ranked number 1, and the Hellgate boys will start there. Got a big win on the road at Helena High, and defensive struggle, they called it. 44-28 was your final. Raleigh Worcester had 21, but the Bengals fell to the Knights, and it was 6-6 early. Hellgate led 10-8 after the first, and then they rolled after that. So they stay unbeaten, and the Bengals fall to 1-4. They go to Butte Saturday. That's tomorrow. Worcester, by the way, also went 9 for 9 from the free throw line. So big win for Hellgate there. They're favored to win state, and nobody stopped them yet. So I know that's shortly into the season, but then over in the Garden City last night, the girls, number 1 ranked Hellgate girls, remember this in divisionals last year up at Kalispell. Hellgate knocked out Helena High in the semifinals at divisionals. That gave Helena the 3 seed at the state tournament. They went on to win a 3rd consecutive state championship. Well, now the Knights are 5-0. The roles have reversed a little bit. Hellgate's 49-37 win last night drops Helena High to 2-3. And Hellgate's off to their best start since the 02-03 season when they started 16-0. And they're good. They're really good right now. Bailey Saylor had 16. And the Knights now 5-0, and Helena High, the 3-time defending champs, you can't replace Jamie Pickens. But everybody else needs to step up. And right now they're still trying to figure things out. And Michaela Cloker led the way with 11 for the Bengals, and but they had 22 turnovers. And that's going to hurt you down the road. So a couple of big wins there for the Knights over Helena High. There was wrestling in the Queen City between 2 great historical teams, and Capital knocked off Butte 25-24 as Hunter Ron, Lane O'Shea, Carson DeRozier, Wyatt Schneider, Dylan Graham, Noah Kovic, Keaton Pouliot each won. And Butte, Keegan Gransberry, Gavin Vetter, Scout Allen, Quinn Sullivan, Dominic Scowen, and Kobe Moreno all picked up wins. But 25-24, great win. Now, Capital, Helena High, each hosting duels tonight. CMR, Great Falls High in town in the Queen City. So if you're a wrestling fan and living nearby, get there to watch that. This is a basketball game tonight that I wish I could be at. But how about this? In Class B, Southern B, top-ranked Huntley Project is battling second-ranked Lodgegrass. That would be a fantastic matchup tonight. And I believe it's at Lodgegrass. So if you're in that area, get there and watch it, because that's going to be a good basketball game. There is no doubt about that one. Huntley and Lodgegrass. Man, speaking of games last night, Manhattan Christian knocked off Jefferson. Christian at Townsend tonight, boys and girls. Jefferson is at White Sulphur Springs tonight. Livingston and Lowell matching up, boys and girls. Lewistown and Havre in Class A. You got Butte Central at Dillon. It's just a couple of games there to look out for if you are listening across the state. Dutton Brady at Power. Let's see, Sims Cascade. Chester Joplin Inverness, also known as CJI, taking on North Star. Here's a good one. Big Sandy and Box Elder. Boys and girls tonight. And let's see, you got Brockton Floyd Lake, Weibo Jordan. That's a Weibo Jordan just in football is really good. But in basketball, it's going to be pretty good too. Whitehall Twin and Columbus Roundup, just to name a few. West Yellowstone's at Shields Valley. So some great basketball games tonight and this weekend as well. So let's see. Why is the wife texting? As we still try to get a hold of Jesse Davis. Hopefully he calls. Still, man, I'd love to chat with him. He's not going to retire, so we're going to get a chance to chat with him this summer, I'm sure. He's just not. Here's my guess on what Jesse Davis does. And we'll get Will Rasmussen's thoughts a little bit later on today, too. But here's my guess on what Jesse does. He is going to get his PRCA card. He's not going to travel as much because his daughters are going to be 4 at the end of the month. He's got a pretty good life with his wife Cassidy on the ranch, north central Montana, and the girls. Fantastic family. I think he does 20 to 25 rodeos this summer. He just stays around the circuit and does some big ones, maybe in Idaho, Utah. My guess is he goes to Spanish Fork. It's always a good one for him. But that's my guess. I could be wrong. It's happened, a couple of times. But I think I don't think he fully retires. But just my thought. Let's see, what else? Oh, Frontier scores last night. Providence men, they are good. They got past Northern, handed Northern a second straight loss, 100-65. I think Brandon Cotton and Zacchaeus Darko Kelly each had 23. Jackson Hashley with a double-double, 11 and 10, 100-65. Providence shot 64% for the game, 75.8% in the second half, and hit 12 threes. And Providence stays unbeaten in the Frontier. That means a big matchup tomorrow at the PE Center in Helena. You got the Argos and the Saints of Carroll. Both 3-0 on the men's side. Both 3-0. And it's going to be a good game. You got the experience of Providence, the youngsters from Carroll, and 7:30 tomorrow night at the PE Center in Helena. Before that, the women will play. Providence women got their first conference win last night, beating the Skylights of Northern. That's Northern's second straight loss. Emily Maldonado, I think, had 27. She did. 68-64 was the final. And this is they got the win despite being out-rebounded, 45-29. So, Providence, Carroll tomorrow at the PE Center in Helena. There were other games last night as Rocky was taking on Tech, and the Tech men for the second straight game at Billings, going back to last year's conference playoffs, got a win in the Magic City, 80-72. Sindhu Diallo had 26 for the Orediggers, who were down by 5 at the half, came back to outscore Rocky by 13 in the final 20. Taylor England, 16 points, 9 rebounds. And Drew Hughes had a nice game, 14 points, 4 rebounds. He's the forgotten Hughes. You got Adam up at Northern. Darius Henderson at 23 for the Battling Bears, and who are now 1-2. Both teams 1-2 in the Frontier. And then you had Western, or the Rocky women beat Tech women by 10. Was it 62-52? I think. And then at Western, you had a couple of games. And you had the LC State men beating the Western men, and then the Western women beat the LC women. So tomorrow night in the Frontier, the big ones, Providence at Carroll. Tech is going to be taking on Western. LC State's at Rocky. Northern has the night off. The Montana State women fell for the first time in conference play. They lost last night at home. Fairfield sisters, Natalie Klinker and Lizzie Klinker, had some big plays down the stretch. 69-68, Idaho beats Montana State in double overtime last night. The Bobcat men, Harold Frey, didn't hit a three till late. They got a big win over Idaho on the road. So they're 3-2, and that snapped a big losing streak right there for the Bobcat men. 2-game losing skid in Big Sky play. Grizzlies just hammered Eastern Washington, and the Lady Grizz got a nice win as they're back in a tie with Montana State for first. They blew out Eastern Washington at Dahlberg, and we've been used to seeing this in the Queen City for a long time, but Mackenzie Johnston, she's so good. She hit a half quarter to end the first half, and looked like she might have even gotten fouled on it. But 92-54, the Lady Grizz just hammered the Eastern Washington women. But Mackenzie Johnston's big half-court shot was nice, and you can go to 406mtsports.com, check out the highlights. But there's your Big Sky update. Tomorrow, the Bobcat women will host Eastern Washington. Lady Grizz host Idaho. Or rather, they're on the road. The Montana State men hosting at home, the Grizz at home. The ladies are on the road tomorrow. It's kind of a weird schedule. But anyway, that's the latest. All right, so that's what happened on the high school front last night. Don't forget to vote in our poll. Will Dante Olson win the Buck Buchanan Award this year? In about a half an hour, that award will be announced. You can go to gogrizz.com after we're done here and check it out. And I think he should. You can vote on Facebook. You can vote on the Twitter at J. Walker Sports or at Jason Walker Show. Will Dante Olson win it? Yes, because he earned it and deserves it, or no, because the voters are idiots. But I think Dante wins the Buck Buchanan and would be the third Grizz overall in history to win the award. And I think he's got a really good chance. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will check in with PRCA rodeo announcer Will Rasmussen. He is the best in the business. Nobody does it better than Will, and we'll check in with him next. This is the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. The holidays have come and gone, and now is a good time to treat yourself to what you really wanted. A full detail for your vehicle from Auto Concepts. Right now, Auto Concepts is offering a full detail for just $195. Or maybe you want to tint those windows. Auto Concepts does that too. Get that tonneau cover or bed rug you've always wanted and add in remote start, alarms, running boards, lift kits, toppers, winches, bug guards, grill guards, and much more. Check out Auto Concepts on Facebook or visit the website autoconceptshelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Oh, it is a finally Friday edition of the Jason Walker Show here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Appreciate JR and the gang for hopping on board. JasonWalkerShow.com if you need all the updates of where and how to watch and listen to this show. And also, go to our sponsors and give them a big thanks as well, because they deserve it. Still to come on this day in history, got the walk-off just around the corner as well, and still efforting on Jesse Davis. I don't think we're going to get him, which is fine, but maybe we'll get him after the rodeo this weekend. By the way, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Great Falls PRCA Finals, Circuit Finals. The winners and the average winners go off to Kissimmee, Florida in April to compete at the RAM National Circuit Finals. So, and what's cool the last couple of years is the money won this weekend goes towards your world champion, world standings money as well. So there you go. Don't forget to vote today's Twitter poll. Will Dante Olson win the FCS Stats Buck Buchanan Award tonight, coming up in just under a half an hour from now? And you can vote at Jason Walker Show or at J Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can also vote on Facebook. And will he win? Yes, because he earned it and deserves it. Or no, because the voters are morons. And so far, yes is winning by like a 3-1 margin. And he should win. There's no doubt about that. He absolutely should win. I want to thank everybody for watching on the Facebook, the YouTube, also listening on Podbean Live, and also Network One Sports, and also on TreasureStateRadio.com. If you have not downloaded the Treasure State Radio app, you need to. Google or Apple stores. Get them done. All right. So we got the circuit finals coming up this weekend in Great Falls. It is the year-end championship for the Montana Circuit. And to chat us up about it now, joining us on the Jason Walker Show, good friend, Mr. Will Rasmussen. He is such a stud. Love talking with Will. Joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm hotline is the man himself, Mr. Will Rasmussen. He'll be announcing yet again at the Montana PRCA Circuit Finals up at the Electric City this weekend. How are you, my friend?
Boy, I am great. I am great. I look forward to this weekend every year, and I'm thankful when I get a chance to get chosen to announce this. So it's an honor to be here, and I get nervous, and I can't wait to get it started.
It all gets started tonight at Four Seasons Arena. But before we talk about the actual rodeo, the PRCA and many in the rodeo industry lost a great friend this past fall with the passing of Mr. Jim Croft. You guys are going to honor him at the finals this weekend. What is everything going to take place this weekend?
Well, we're going to dedicate the whole weekend to our friend, our colleague. You know, he was a husband, he was a father, he was a man of great faith, and, you know, he was one of the best friends that pro rodeo could ever have. And he was also a good friend to everybody who had anything to do with these circuit finals. And you know, for that matter, Jason, anybody who ever shook his hand, he's a good guy. But we're dedicating the whole weekend to him. And tomorrow night on Saturday, we're going to open the show with a video slide presentation with good music and a voiceover to open up the rodeo on Saturday night. And just remember him. And, you know, we don't want to bring anybody down. We just want to remember him. We want to celebrate what he's done for so many people. And if we didn't do anything, that would be a crime, because he did so much for pro rodeo. He took the circuit finals to a new height every year. He tried to raise the bar, and he, with the board of directors, just did a great job doing that. So we're going to dedicate the weekend to him and have a really nice slide presentation, choreographed with music and a voiceover together for him tomorrow night to open up a Saturday night. That was his favorite night at the circuit finals, so that's when we decided to do it.
Well, and what's crazy is this is the 41st, and it'll be the first without Mr. Croft being a part of it, being there.
Yeah, it's, there's a big hole, but, he'd want us to continue. He'd want us to have a good time. He'd want us to have a good rodeo, and that's how everybody's going forward. And, of course, we miss him. But as my good friend and announcer and Hall of Famer Hadley Barrett would say, who recently passed away, he's watching from the best seat in the house this year, so for that we're thankful.
That is very well said. Will Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Will, the rodeo itself, it's in its 41st year. It keeps getting better and better and better, and these are the best of the best, and there's a couple of guys I want to start with. If people are going to Great Falls, they're going to see two world champs this weekend.
Yes, and we are honoring them tonight in our opening. And you're talking about Helena's own Ty Erickson, who won the world title in the steer wrestling. Haven Medjid from Miles City, the first Montana calf roper or tie-down roper to ever win a world title in that event. And we're pulling out all the stops for them in our opening tonight. So that, anytime you get to watch people of the caliber that we watch, everybody is quality. But when you have a couple of world champions from Montana, you got to tell them we're proud. You got to honor them, and it is an honor to do that. So, yeah, Ty and Haven will be honored tonight in our opening. So I'm looking forward to that.
You also got a former world champ in Jesse Cruz that's leading the saddle bronc in the Montana circuit. He'll be there riding all weekend looking for yet another circuit crown. And then Jesse Davis, who has qualified for 7 NFRs. He says this is his last weekend. I don't think anybody in the rodeo world thinks that Jesse Davis is retiring fully.
Yeah. I actually went and had a beer with him the other night and chatted with him. I said, please don't tell me this is your last weekend. He said, no, but I'm going to slow down, go to some circuit rodeos, maybe try to qualify for the circuit finals again. He said, we'll see. As you know, he's closer to 40 than to 30. Mm-hmm. And he's got, he and Cassidy have their twins, Quincy and Crew, will be 4 at the end of the week, or the end of the month. And a big ranch, about 400 head cattle, and he's busy. He's had trouble staying healthy, and so I don't. He's one of my heroes. I don't ever want him to quit. I officiated he and Cassidy's wedding here 5 or 6 years ago. I don't ever want him to quit. And as far as Jesse Cruz, same thing. I don't think he wants to quit. He was in the top 15 for a while this year, dropped to the top 20 in the world, and finished in the top 25. I saw him win the big rodeo in Tucson last February that got his year started off just in a terrific way. And I just want him to be healthy, too. He's had trouble with his hips, and I just want him to be healthy. He's just a good personality. For the rodeo business, he's good for our business. As long as he's in our business, the business is better because of that. And another world champion, and that is special every time he nods his head. So, yep, he's in line to win another 5th circuit title, something like that. 6th circuit title, and that's great. That puts him in the Dan Mortensen, Ryan Mapston category, Jake Costello, all those greats. So, and you know what? He's already in that category. So, I'm looking forward to that. And I know tonight he's got a great bucking horse from J Bar J that's been to the National Finals Rodeo 11 times. So that ought to kick his week off nicely.
We talked about the old guys, but there's some youngsters as well in the rough stock, like Tristan Hansen from Dillon, who leads, and that's a very close race. Just over $1,000 separates him and Devin Riley. That's going to come down to the end on Sunday, I think. You look at the rest of the events. Can anybody catch Lindsay Cruz in barrel racing? And she's got such a big lead.
It's got to start tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's really got to start, and everything either has to go right for somebody or wrong for Lindsay for her position to be changed. She's had such a great year. I think this is her 11th circuit finals, going for her 4th circuit title. And, she and Jesse now have 3 little ones, so their schedule has certainly changed. So Lindsay is the outside favorite to win the year-end title. And that bareback riding, Tristan Hansen's come back to defend the title he won last year. And Evan Riley from Sheridan, Wyoming. How many people have heard that name here in Montana? But he will. He is not only a great person, but a great bareback rider. He had the Hamlet ride in 2018 at Houston. I actually happened to see that ride. He was 93 points on a horse named Killer B that was the world champion this past year in professional rodeo. So Tristan Hansen, Devin Riley, they're $1,019 a point. So that is going to be a race that comes down to the return. Trevor McAllister from Polson, he's right there, $3,200. And so there's a lot of people that can win at the go-rounds. To win the go-rounds, they're paying good money, around $2,500. I can tell you $2,350. The average pays $3,530 to win it. So if somebody gets on a roll, you never know what can happen.
That's true.
If you go 3 go-rounds in the average, that is well over $10,000. So we'll see what happens. But you're right. Hansen had a good year. Young man from Killer, he was finishing the top 5 of the Resistol Rookie of the Year race. He was in the top 30 in the world. Devin Riley died with injuries from about the 1st of August on. He was right there in the mix as well to be in the top 30 in the world. So that is a race that I have my eye on as well.
Will Rasmussen, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, as we talk the Montana Circuit Finals, which get underway in Great Falls tonight. Bull riding, Peyton Fitzpatrick. He's so good. I just love watching him ride. You got Hawk Witt right there, about $6,000 behind. But there's one guy that missed most of the season and was, high ranked in the world for a long time, and that's Parker Bredding. He's back this weekend, coming back from a serious injury this summer.
Yeah, he tore an ACL. He was in number 2 in the world when he went out. He finished 16 in the world, even though he was out for the last 2 months or so. So, yeah, you're talking about Parker Bredding, who was back. I think Fitzpatrick, who did a little traveling with Parker early on. He won Great Falls, he won Billings, he won Plentywood, he won Lewistown, he won Fort Benton. He's got a big lead. And like you said, he rides so well. It's just effortless for him. He's just a youngster, and he's a natural. And Hawk Witt, I watched him. He placed in the Chase Hawks rodeo right before Christmas, right after the NFR. He's riding well. He's about $5,800 behind. But, you can do some damage in that bull riding event. So we'll see what happens there. But Peyton Fitzpatrick, I remember when I first started announcing rodeos, his dad was a bull rider in the NRA when I was announcing those rodeos. So that's good to see the next generation.
And he's just a great kid, too. And I say kid because he is compared to you and I. Most of these guys are, though, when we sit there and talk to them. We're getting old, my friend.
Well, yes, we are. Well, I don't know about you, but I know I am.
Oh, I definitely am, too. Hey, what's another storyline that people should watch for up in Great Falls this week besides the money race chases?
Well, I think that when you get the livestock contractors we have New West Rodeo Productions, we have J-Bar J, the Kessler family, Sankey's, Brookman's. That alone can be a storyline. They could put on an NFR all by themselves.
Oh, man.
With the caliber of livestock. The Tryon boys are, Travis Tryon's number 1 in the team roping. His younger brother Brady is number 2. Dustin Bird is here again, and they're just. I don't know that there's storylines necessarily. It's just a great competition, and the weather isn't that bad for Montana in January, but
True.
It's such a great midwinter getaway. I can't wait to get it started. It's like a reunion of sorts. I'm here in the motel, the host headquarters, and watching people, file in, and just faces you haven't seen in a year, and what a great atmosphere and a good event.
Well, it all gets underway tonight with nightly performances tonight and Saturday, and then a Sunday afternoon crowning champion performance. I'm going to try to get up there Sunday. I've never been to the circuit finals because I was always too busy doing basketball games. Guess what? I have a free weekend, so I might try to get up there Sunday.
Sunday is the best day to come. That's when, the drama builds to Sunday. Much of the time in many of the events, it all comes down to, the last nod of the head. So I love Sunday afternoon at the circuit finals.
Well,
but we have to go Friday and Saturday to get there, and there'll be a lot of surprises, and it'll just be thrilling. So everybody, come on out and see us 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock Saturday, 2 o'clock Sunday.
Well, there's nobody that does it better in the business than Will Rasmussen behind the mic announcing the Montana Circuit Finals. Thank you, my friend, for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend, and if I get up there Sunday, I'll stop by and say hi.
I wish you would. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We will talk to you down the road. Will Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show, thanks to the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline for your auto home insurance needs. Get a hold of Mike Miller at State Farm today. All right, so, that's going to be a great rodeo up in Great Falls. If you get a chance to go, let me know if you're going. Maybe I'll see you Sunday if I'm able to get up there as well. All right, so let's wrap up today's poll real quick. And it was, will Dante Olson win the Buck Buchanan Award, which is given out annually to the Stats FCS Best Defensive Player of the Year. And 179 tackles this year. He had 151 last year. Broke his own school record that he set a year ago. Big Sky record for tackles. And it was yes or no, should he win? Got a couple of comments from a buddy named Tony, and he said, basically, I'll read them. He said, hashtag over RTD, because the Grizz was, return to dominance. That was their hashtag this year, RTD. He said overrated, basically, using the RTD. Which is kind of funny. But I said, even as a Cat fan, because Tony is a Cat fan, I said, even as a Cat fan, you have to recognize the last 2 years that Dante's had, to which Tony replied, even playing Cat Grizz. Yes, he had an off game, but he still led the nation again in tackles for the second straight year. This kid from Medford, Oregon, and I got a chance to talk to him out at Big Sky Media Days a year ago. Such a humble dude. And I can say that as a big fan of the Bobcats of Montana State and not a fan at all of Montana Grizz. I like Dante Olson. He's a great kid. And like I said, very humble. And it was a pleasure to chat with him out at Big Sky Media Day last July. Him and Dalton Sneed, both. So I think Dante should win the award. And according to the Twitter poll, 75% of you agree with me that he should win it. And you'll find out here at the top of the hour. You can watch it on GoGrizz.com after we're done here. And Dante should definitely win that award. All right, let's see where are we at time wise. So we wrap up the poll. All right, let's get to on this day in history, and I'm going to try to do some music. So we'll try this. Yeah, this will work, right? Man, whatever. It's going to for the day. All right, on this date, 1982 in the NFC Championship at Candlestick Park. San Francisco 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-27. The Catch. Dwight Clark from Joe Montana. 58 seconds to go. San Francisco also went on to win the Super Bowl that year. I believe they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Dwight Clark, who passed away the last couple of years, also, it would have been his birthday a couple of days ago. 1985, Lenny Wilkens became the first to coach in 1,000 NBA games. 1986, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Lakers scored his 34,000th career point. The only NBA player to reach the milestone at that time, he remains the all-time leader, 38,387 points. 1989, Wayne Gretzky became the NHL's all-time leading scorer in combined regular season and playoff points. He had 4 assists to bring his total to 2011, which was one more at the time than Gordie Howe. And on this date, 1998, Utah Jazz head coach Jerry Sloan won his 600th game with a victory over the Houston Rockets. A lot of milestones on this date. 1998, Marc Messier became the 6th player in NHL history to record 1,000 assists. So there you go. Happy birthdays today. Max Patkin, the clown prince of baseball, was born on this date in 1920 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He died in 1999. He was in the movie Bull Durham. Great scene towards the beginning. 1949, George Foreman. Happy birthday. The world heavyweight champ from in 1973 and 74, and also in 1995. He was born on this date in Marshall, Texas. Still selling grills. And maybe we should get the George Foreman grill to be an advertiser. What do you think? Why not? I think that'd be a heck of an idea. So thanks to Will Rasmussen joining us today. Had a great time chatting with him. PRCA Circuit Finals in Great Falls this weekend, starting tonight. And that brings us to this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, the walk-off. PRCA Circuit Finals tomorrow, 7 o'clock each night at Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls. And then Sunday, the championship round at 2 o'clock. You got a great chance to get up to Great Falls and see some amazing rodeo. Both rough stock, timed events. A lot of races are going to come down to the wire, and nobody is in the clear as official winners yet. So that's going on. Good luck to all the high school teams, Frontier teams in action this weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow at the PE Center, you have in Helena, Carroll College, Providence, both men and women. And that men's game at 7:30 Saturday night is going to be rocking, as Providence 15-0 and ranked 7th in the country. Both teams 3-0 in the Frontier, so something's got to give. Somebody's going home with a loss in the Frontier tomorrow night. So there you go. Appreciate you joining us all week long. Thanks to our fantastic guests all week. And thanks to our fantastic sponsors, including the Walk-Off, which is brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. Beignets, po' boys. You get some regular food too. But seriously, if you want the best Cajun in town, and really the best Cajun this side of Louisiana, go to Cafe Zydeco. And don't forget to go to jasonwalkershow.com, get registered for email notifications, and I'll hook you up with some Cafe Zydeco gift certificates. Cafe Zydeco, yesterday was Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Thank you to our law enforcement across the country. But soft drinks are free at Cafe Zydeco for members of the armed forces, the police, the fire, and EMTs. That's awesome. Have a great weekend. We'll do it again Monday. We'll recap the PRCA. We'll recap the weekend in high school and college, and a whole lot more. So hopefully you had a good one, and we'll see you back here on Monday at 4. JasonWalkershow.com. Make sure you go there. Check it out. I highly recommend it. And I'm just a little biased. But we'll see you Monday here on the Jason Walker Show. Let's try this again.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.